Rewiring your brain is really not that difficult. It just takes 3 steps and a ton of commitment. So let's talk about the 3 steps to rewiring your brain. The very first step is to identify. We cannot rewire, we cannot change something that we don't know is there. So the very first step, if you're looking to rewire your brain, is to start identifying what are the thoughts that are continuously coming up inside your brain that are influencing your emotions and your behavior. A really good way to practice this is to just set an alarm on your phone where for 5 to 10 minutes, you're really consciously aware of where your mind is focused. If you want to write these down, it'll help you over time to identify some of the repetitive thoughts that come up during the day. So that's your first step, to identify. Our second step to rewiring our brain is to interrupt. Because yes, we're having a thought that by now has become habituated, so it's become automatic. So we need to be able to interrupt that thought. The best way for you to interrupt the thought is going to be to do something with your body. When we involve our physiology into the thought process, the brain has to automatically stop where it's focusing because now it needs to involve the body. So do something different. And this might sound silly, but it always works. For 30 to 60 seconds, you're going to do something drastically different with your body. If you're sitting, you're going to stand up and maybe do some knee highs, running in place for 30 to 60 seconds. Or maybe you want to do some jumping jacks. If you're standing up, maybe you want to drop to the ground and do as many push-ups as you can for 30 seconds. Drastic changes in physiology will force the brain to stop thinking about what it's thinking about. And this won't work if you do it just one time. The way that you've wired your brain to be so far, it has been over time. It's been habituated thinking. So the more that we learn to interrupt the thought, it's like training a puppy. If a puppy does something wrong, you're not going to just correct the puppy at one time. You're going to correct the puppy several times. So you're going to do the same thing with your brain. Choose one thing that's physiologically different to interrupt the thought pattern. Now, the third step to rewiring your brain is the redirection. So we need to be able to redirect the focus of where the brain is. So we want to first, right, we identify what it is that we need to change. Then we're going to interrupt it. But then what do? We'll redirect. We're going to pick something else to focus on. Ideally, this is something that you already know that you want. If we are interrupting, let's say a thought that says, nobody likes me, some kind of an intrusive thought that comes in, that people don't like me, or, I'm not likable. We're going to interrupt that through our physiological change, but now we need something to focus on from now on, right? So maybe it's a different mantra that says something like, I connect really well with people that I like, or pick something that makes sense to you. Don't make it so crazy and different that your brain's going to be like, I don't believe you, right? You're not going to say something like, everybody likes me, because there's not one human on the planet who everybody likes, right? So make something that's still believable, but that is drastically different from the thing that you thought before. So 3 steps. We're going to identify, we're going to interrupt, and then we're going to redirect. The more that you commit to doing this, the easier it is for your brain to know what you actually want to be the new habituated thought. It takes time. So don't get frustrated, keep going. My suggestion is pick just 1 or 2 things that you really want to change and focus on those. Because if you focus on changing everything that comes into your head, it's going to take us longer to make headway. And the more evidence that we can build for your brain to collect that says that I can change this one particular thought, the easier it is for all the forthcoming ones to change even faster. Good luck.